Oh God. Welcome to another review show of little Green Boys videos. Stick around and you might see something that might interest you. Maybe kind of a little bit. Alright, YouTube, how we doing? Did you like my new intro? It took me like an hour and a half to make that. Yeah, to sing it out and get it recorded correctly. Yeah, so anyways, probably kind of stupid, but whatever. Today I'm going to show you my review. My new firearm. The Taurus 24/7 Pro Compact 45. 45 right here. We got 45 coming in here. Show you, it's unloaded. I have no magazine in there right now, and there's nothing in there right now. You can probably see down the barrel, there's nothing in there. Okay. I'm going to put in empty spent brass, just for something for the firing pin to slam into, you know. I don't know if it's good to dry fire guns or not. I've seen all kinds of countless arguments back and forth about stupid crap. Nobody knows, so whatever. You do this, and it won't hurt it. It's just like a snap cap. I bought this gun to upgrade from the Taurus PT92. This was the first gun I got ever. Got it on my 21st birthday, and was not really thinking about you know, what guns were best, and I didn't want a 45 because I was kind of scared of them. But after I shot one, I realized they weren't that bad. You can see it's pretty much the same size with the grips. It's shorter, of course. There's about 1/4 of an inch less on the bottom. The trigger guards are pretty much the same. The thickness, though, you can see the thinness of the 24/7 Pro versus this one. It's much slimmer, very much slimmer. It's lightweight, of course. It's much more lightweight than that one, of course, because the polymer frame. One thing I love about the polymer frames, you can see how thin the walls are of the magazine wheel, of the grip, you know, so that when you put the magazine in, it's practically all magazine, which is the width, which makes it much more slimmer, you know. I have a round ball right now. The ammo for 45, of course, is much more expensive. I've only shot 39 rounds through this gun so far, without a problem, of course. But because this box was $22 for 50 rounds, and I saved 11 of them because I didn't have any ammo, so I wanted to keep some just to have around, you know, just to have it loaded, or else it's just a paperweight, you know. One of the main reasons I bought this gun, though, I was watching. Thank you to Znanskig. Yes, Znanskig. Thank you to your video of the review of the same gun, except yours is stainless steel on the slide. He was showing me, or everybody, of course, about this gun, and he got to this part right here. He was showing me about the safety. It has a cocked indicator on the back, which means that it's cocked and it's ready to go. So you flip the safety up like this, but then listen, you flip it on up even more, and it decocks it. A striker fire gun that decocks. Striker fire decocks. See, now the red part is depressed. It's not cocked like that is right there. That amazed me. That is the reason that I bought this gun to begin with, because you can cock it, but then you press it down and it decocks it safely without firing, of course. And that's the reason I love this gun. That way you can just have it sitting around, not with the safety on, just safety off, and then you have a double action pull. Same thing with this one. Striker fire gun, decocked, safety off. I've got the empty brass on the inside. Okay, you decock it, take the safety off. Now the gun's just sitting there. It's not cocked. It's not spring-loaded, ready to kill something if you just barely touch the trigger. It's decocked. It has a strong trigger pull. and it goes like that. So if you're putting it in your pants, if you're doing whatever, putting it in your holster, you don't have to worry about it barely touching that trigger and shooting you in the leg or something. So double action, trigger pull, you can cock it like that, and now it's a single action. See, this right here is very much lighter. This is nothing. This is the actual trigger back here. Boop, good to go. And that's one thing some people didn't like about this gun for some reason, is that two-stage trigger pull on single action. See, this is just empty. This is light. This is just like the empty spring, and then you reach the actual trigger, and it's good to go. I don't know why I don't know why that's such a problem with people. I guess they want it to be like sitting there back cocked like that, so that you just come up there and touch it and pull it. But I mean, seriously, I mean, that's a reason not to buy a gun? Okay. One thing I was not really caring about of this gun was the takedown lever. You can see here. I would have much rather had the Glock style takedown, you know, just the two little recessed pins that you press down on each side, then release it. But with this one, let me take the empty brass out. Okay, it's empty. You have to pull the slide back, flip this little lever, and then pull it out. Pretty much like the XDs, I think, the Springfield XDs. You have to pull this pin out, then it's loose. You drop the slide, pull the trigger, and release it like that. Inside, just the spring assembly and the barrel, and it's good to go. You can see there the striker fire mechanism. This is the mechanism that makes it double action, single action. You can see when you pull the trigger, that little piece in there actuating, moving up and back and forth. When it's cocked, the spring is, you know, being held back by that little piece right there. And so when you pull the trigger and you release it, it drops it and it shoots forward. But then when you decock it, the double action is that piece right there. It grabs it, pulls it back, and then it releases it and shoots it. That's the double action part. And I figured out what the decocking is actually doing. It's pretty much just shooting the gun. It's releasing the firing pin. But as you know, with all guns now, they have the cam actuated little firing pin block that presses the little button that presses the firing pin block. But when you press the decocker up, it doesn't do that. So pretty much you're shooting the gun, but the firing pin is blocked by the firing pin block, of course. So that's genius. That is what I've been looking for the whole time for a new gun, and I cannot find it in a compact 45 even gun that is striker fire. And this is it. This is the gun I've been looking for. The grip, you can see without the magazine, your pinky falls off. My pinky falls off anyways. You put it in the flush the flush magazine, and it grips. It goes right in there. Perfect. Perfect. Little finger well on the each side of the gun to give you a nice place to, you know, give you when you're pulling it out and stuff, whatever. One thing that is misleading, I'm gonna show you a screenshot here. There it is. You see the screenshot of the Taurus website, and you can see the 12+1 rounds that it says on there. That's a little misleading, because when I went to the store and I looked at this gun, you see this is the flush magazine. It says 10 rounds, and I was like, what? It said 12 plus rounds. But that is the other magazine that comes with it, 12 rounds. But see, it has the it is extended. It makes it a little bit longer. And it gives you more grip, of course, but you know, you don't want that when you're, you know, trying to conceal it or whatever. So flush round, 10 rounds. You now have 11 with one in the chamber. Or if you're just target shooting at the range, you have 12. That'd be 13 with one in the round. So a little misleading, but still, 10 rounds at 45, 11 really when you put it all together. I'm okay with that, you know. Let me show you my target real quick that I shot for the first time. These right here was my very first 5 shots. You can see a little clip of it. Okay, did you see that? That is my first 6 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and that was about 5 yards away, just beginning off. And you know, I almost hit the bullseye right there. I hit it in the red a little bit. You know, a nice kind of okay group. This is the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, this was the third one. Not all that great, but I hit it one time in the red. This was the fifth one. Then the sixth one, I was on the rifle range, and I moved it all the way far back, and it was about 25 yards. And I tried it like 2 or 3 times back there. And you can see I got it pretty good. And then I moved it up to 10 yards, and then I continued on. And got a decent little group. I had a few little outliers, 1, 2, 3, you know, really far outliers. And some of them that were a little low and that and that. But I shot better with this gun for the first time than I ever shot with this gun, you know, in the beginning until I got really trained up on it and put a couple 100 rounds through it. Than, you know, in any other gun I've ever shot. I shot better with this one, you know, than any other. And some of the times I would decock it like that, and then I would give it a double action on the first one, and then I would continue like 2 or 3 more rounds, and I'd pull it back and see. So, accurate gun, really accurate. I was really surprised with it. Also, it says it has some sort of trigger safety inside that would prevent it, you know, like all the other ones, from going off if you drop it or whatever. But I can't really see what's going on in there. But one thing I did like about it is it has a smooth trigger. It doesn't have that split safety crap, you know, and it gives you a nice smooth trigger to use. And the other ones, when you use those, it makes your finger kind of hurt a little bit because there's all these edges and crap. So it's a nice smooth trigger. I like that. Empty brass. Going to put this in real quick. And you see it has a loaded indicator right there. It's separate from the extractor because I like that because this one, the PT92, it has the extractor, it says, is the loaded indicator, and it had like a little painted red on it, but it doesn't really stick out far enough to really see and feel. And but this one has a true loaded indicator. It's separate from the extractor, and it's its own little thing. It has a rail on it, a little small rail, one little notch. If you had money that you spent on lasers and flashlights, unlike I do, you can put that on there if you wanted to. Also has the little lock you can use with a key, just like most Taurus guns have, that locks it up. But they say you got to make sure that it is empty, magazine is out, you decock it, and then you apply the lock because it said it'll screw it up for some reason. Then you can just put your mag back in, whatever you want to do. Although it's not going to keep it from coming out, I don't think. So make sure you do that, people, or you'll screw your gun up. So I really hope you like this gun. I like it. I freaking love it. I really recommend it for anybody that conceals carries and likes the 45. If you're still carrying around a big-ass 1911, this is definitely an alternative to that. Polymer frame, lightweight, short, pretty short, you know. I think this gun is pretty similar in size to the 1911, and you can see it's just a little bit shorter. It's thin, and, you know, pretty thin. Although the 1911s I know are single stack, this is double stack, and gives you 11 rounds. So there you go. So far I've shot 39 rounds out of it, and I haven't had a problem. I want to shoot more and more and more, but unless somebody wants to send me some money for ammo, I'm going to have to wait a little bit to get some money to buy ammo. So thanks for watching YouTube. Check out my other videos. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. The mechanism that makes it double action. Dingle action. We'll make it dingle action. Okay.